Guys, you're back with Fall, and it's game 4 of the Equinox tournament, and I forgot to take a couple of pictures at the start of the game for deployment and everything, so we're just going to get straight into it. It's Dark Elves versus Vampire counts, and he's taken a mainly Ghoulkin list with 3 blocks of ghouls. Ghoulkin for the move before the game starts. He's got a big block of Black Knights and 5 Blood Knights, and he's got a general with the Dread Lance and Red Fury. Nasty combination. He's got 3 vampires all up. And I've mainly hidden in the right-hand side corner again, and he's actually put a lot of infantry in the center of the field. He's put his Black Knights on the flank, and he's got his Blood Knights behind the unit of Direwolves. And what I've done here is I've moved up with the hydra and the shades into the wood, and I've just basically shot down. He had some fellbats on the left-hand flank, but I shot them down. I've got a unit of crossbowmen in a building elsewhere, as you'll see later. But the good thing about this is that I've actually got the Harpies on the right-hand flank able just to move around and redirect his Black Knights, which was excellent. And I've got the Blackguard in the center, so I'm not going to be charged by his Blood Knights anytime soon, or his characters, because both of his characters are in ghoul units around the other side of the forest. So managed to deploy really well here, and really just waiting for the game to sort of get to the later stages before I make any strong moves, because I don't really want to get bogged down with him for too long into any sort of big combats. Next photo shows you basically his cool paint job and stuff. Well, the photo's not that great for painting, but he's got his Lord here with a big white lance and his BSB with, just a couple of standard items, enchanted shield, something, and a Sword of Battle or Sword of Might, can't really quite remember. Harpy's March blocking everybody from behind. Next photo, his Black Knights. The theme of this army are ghouls, and this is probably the best piece of photography in the entire tournament. You can actually see the photo really well. All of his Black Knights are converted so that they've got ghoul heads, and ghouls are the theme of the army. Even the fellbats have got ghoul heads on them, so this is awesome. In the front rack of this unit, you can actually see a vampire count on foot when he's sort of flying off his base. So he's actually got the flying horror sort of upgrade, which is really cool. But all the Harpies have to do here are just move in the way of the entire unit here, and stop them from actually moving around and wiping me out. So this is quite good, and unfortunately my opponent really stuck here, unable to do too much else. Next photo, you can basically see me getting to position here, advancing my Cold One Knights forward, just because I know that he can't charge me with his Black Knights without getting redirected. The Shades are inflicting some losses onto his ghouls and so forth, and the Blackguard just really getting ready to sneak around and eventually fight his Blood Knights. Not really sure how I'm going to manage that, but it will happen later on. But generally hanging back, the sorceress is back here with the Laura Gold, sniping knights left and right with the Royal Burning Iron. Didn't get the big spell, unfortunately, but there you have it. Next photo, he's got a big line of direwolves in between his units, so he can charge forward and hit my bolt thrower crew. But what I did here is I just moved everybody around and shot the dogs to bits. With the Dark Riders, Bolt Thrower, Shades, a unit of crossmen in a building to the left of the battlefield, which I haven't shown you guys a picture of yet, and the Hydra actually breathing fire over all of his ghouls so far, which is kind of cool. So that's quite a good position for me to be in. But as you can see, his Blood Knights are now free. They are not being blocked by a unit of Direwolf, so I should be able to actually bait them somehow. We'll see what goes on. Next photo, basically he's lined up his ghouls on the right hand side of the photo in front of my Black Knights, the Blackguard, so that'll be a combat there, but we'll see what happens with the overrun. We've also got the Harpies just waiting around to get in front of the Blood Knights as well. In the background there, he's got another unit of Direwolves just moved into a position to try and charge through and attack the Bolt Thrower through the gap. Next photo, finally we get to see what's actually causing the damage over here. Big unit of, a unit of 10 repeated crossmen on the hill have managed to wipe out all of his flying fellbats around the flank. I feel like he made a mistake with those fellbats, because he can't attack the building. He managed to get shot down by the bolt throw crew, so the repeated bolt throw and the crossbowmen rather. So that was quite useful. Going to the next photo, what happens here is the Blackguard attack the unit of ghouls right in front of them and get a massive overrun roll and sort of hit the Warhounds as well. So not the Warhounds, they look the Warhound models, but they're actually dire wolves. And this allows me to actually crush the dire wolves as well in his turn. So we'll see what happens next. The Hydra moving around to breathe fire all over the ghouls, so we're going to be seeing a bit of a combat here with the ghouls charging the Hydra if that's what he wants to do. Got the Shades here as well. Now he can actually charge his boss out at the Shades, but then I'll just flee and he'll be out in the open for bolt throwers to shoot at him. He's actually got the 4+ ward save on his boss, so that means he takes a stupidity test every turn. If he fails it, he can't even cast any magic, so he actually did fail at one point, which is awesome. I don't really like that item on a Vampire Lord. Personally, if I played Vampire counts, I wouldn't use it, but some people really feel like it's worth a risk. Next photo, the flying vampire charges the chariot, and does so along with some direwolves, and I managed to kill the direwolves, pop them, and pop a wound on the vampire count as well. So a bit of bad luck there for my opponent, but hilarious little photo. Flying vamp, blah, I want to suck your blood, blah. Attacking the chariot. Next photo, oh, sorry about the really blurry piece of photography here, but the Blackguard are now in combat with the Blood Knights, and what I expected to be an awful combat. Well, actually, I was really banking on me getting a lot of damage done. I managed to kill like 2 Blood Knights, and he killed tons of Blackguard back, and in the following round I managed to nuke him and wipe him out with the Assassin and the BSB. Good stuff, very decisive. Next photo, he's charged my Hydra with his Ghoul unit, and I've managed to take some wounds back, pass the break test. Hydra's still fighting along there. I've moved the Harpies in to actually block his Lord from charging anybody else or moving forward, so that's what's going on here. In the next photo, still haven't done anything with my Colburn Knights because he's still just hanging out with his Black Knights there. Nothing's going on at all. Harpy's continuing to redirect them, so he doesn't really want to commit there for fear of losing his Black Knight unit. In the meantime, the Sorceress is just moving out of the way because if the Hydra breaks and the ghouls move through the forest, then the Sorceress will be in the way, so she's just getting out of the way there. Over here, what happens is his general, with the Dreadlance, actually manages to get a line of sight past the Harpies and charge into the Hydra. That was a blunder for me. I didn't realize he could do that, but he did it anyway and charged through. And obviously, once the Vampire General's in there, managed to destroy the Hydra very easily. In the meantime, his BSB had been reduced to like 1 wound, thanks to the Hydra annihilating the ghouls and passing all of its regen saves. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching this commentary. It turned out to be a reasonable win to me. So a win on the second day, game 4 against the Vampire Counts. Probably one of the better generals that I played against. You might remember the recent Warriors of Chaos versus Warriors of Chaos battle report that I posted. That's the same guy. This is his army, and managed to beat him. So good stuff. Going to game 5 shortly.